I mean, yeah, he's been doing a bunch of stuff where he's a guy you'd like to have on your team where he's playing good defense, he's getting his hands on balls, he's moving it, he's got a good presence in the post. But I feel like he's been kind of playing the same. He's been shooting them, just not really as high of a clip as he is this year. So that adds a little different dimension. But if anything, we're going to go out there and not give any easy threes and guard him how we would in years past.
Tyler, obviously Greg talked about the defense again the other night at Indiana. Illinois just put up 100 plus Minnesota. What are the problems they present offensively? Guys who can score, but also depth.
I mean, yeah, it's a completely different look from Indiana where they're posting up their guards a lot more than their bigs. They got bigs out on the three-point line, spacing the floor for them. They got shooters everywhere. So it'll be interesting to see how we match up, but it'll be a good test for us where we need to get better at some things. It'll be a little different look, so hopefully we game plan good here these next couple days and get ourselves ready to go.
When you're playing an offense as potent as this one, do you have the mentality where it's like, okay, this is going to be a shootout, or are you trying to really lock down on defense?
I feel like with where we're at in the season and where we have been, I feel like this is a game where we got to stop on defense. You know, we've talked a lot about getting stops and being better on defense, and it's time to do it. We only have so much time left here. We only got a few more weeks guaranteed, so we got to go out there, and that's what we got to focus on. Yeah, I mean they got a bunch of good athletes where it might be a little more difficult to drive those lanes when you have the ball. But they play a different ball screen coverage where they got a guy kind of sitting down there, kind of inviting you to come in. So we're not going to get discouraged from that. It's going to be a game where we got to do what makes us good in order to win the games.
Tyler, this year, how much different is it to try to draw charges than it has been in your first couple of years with the changes to the rules? Have you noticed that, and can you just kind of comment on that?
I mean, yeah, in the beginning of the year, it was kind of like, yeah, go in there as hard as you can, like they're not going to call it. So that's changed as the season's gone on, as you'd expect. But it's definitely a little more difficult because whether it's the rotations or the athletes that we have now or the bigger circle that we have, yeah, I mean, it's always been a tough call to make. And I feel like just getting rid of it makes the game a little easier.
Does it make you question whether or not to gamble in certain situations too? Well, maybe in past years you felt like you had a better odds of getting the call, while now it might not be as great of odds.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't suggest going out and trying to get 5 charges a game, but I do think being able to have guys jump ball more, it takes like the injury out a lot more, and you're able to see a lot more athletic plays at the rim. So.
Away from the game a little bit, the Hall family is going to be on Saturday. You're the last one in that team in 1920. That's a long time ago, but can you share anything you remember from just the way that year started off? How do you guys had to deal with it and how it finished?
I mean, yeah, it started with the first week or two I was on campus. We went and visited Coach Moore after the accident. And I remember him giving us a good speech and saying you got to stick together during these times like this. And you know, he's a great speaker, a great man of faith. But I mean, I feel like it's a great thing where we're able to just recognize him here on Saturday. But I feel like that was something that was able to help us get through that season where we had something that we could all lean into together, and you saw the results from it. I mean, yeah. Fouls. I mean, yeah, I got to keep myself in the game. I got to be a little more smarter and save the ticky-tack ones and to keep myself in the game and help my teammates out.
Although it's been the same kind of theme as last season, it just feels like this team is a better team than last year. For you, why do you feel confident in this team? You know, you've had a tough stretch here in February. I
mean, yeah, I feel like even though we've been going through this tough stretch, we've had a good mentality of coming in, trying to fix some things, and we've honestly gotten better throughout the month. And so that's a good sign. Even though the results might not show, we know what's in the gym and what we've been doing. So hopefully we continue to stay on that path, maybe even increase a little bit, and play our best basketball here in the next couple of weeks.
I don't know if you had the answer, you would already fix it, but like, what are some of the keys to closing out those games?
I feel like we're just not able to get those stops this year. We haven't been able to string a few together where we need to, whether it's crunch time, whether we're up by 2, down by 2. In those times, I feel like we haven't been able to get the stops. So if we want to win some games here coming up, we got to get them.
Thanks for your time.
Sweet. Thank you guys.